Hey guys, Big Anthony here. It is Saturday, March 6th, 2021. Got a link I'm going to put in the description box, and it's relating to central bank digital currencies. I'll put a couple articles in the description box along with this PowerPoint that I reviewed yesterday, that I looked at yesterday. I think, judging from the way the world or where the world is headed, that we're looking at some time in the future. I'm not going to predict a date, although it's going to be pretty soon, within a year, 2 years, that our dollar will be digital in this country. China is, I think, probably one of the biggest right now that's testing this central bank digital currency. That's currency, the digital yuan in China, that's issued by the government, not WePay or the WePay app or the AliChat, whatever they use out there. Not a third party, but a central bank of China issuance of their digital dollar. And I think that's the way, it seems that's the way the United States is headed as well, although we're probably behind. But one of the things in the article, or the PowerPoint, they went over a couple things that on the chart, that it needed to be convertible. So the central bank digital currency has to maintain a singleness of the currency. The CBDC should exchange at par with cash and private money. It should be convenient, as easy as using cash. And again, you could look at these some more detail. I'm just going over, just skimming over it. It should be accepted and available, and be able to make various transactions, including point of sale and person to person. So these are things that governments are working on, especially our government here in the United States. So there's certain hurdles they have to overcome in order to release something like this. It should be low cost. CBDC payments should be at the very low or no cost to end users. Should also face minimal requirements for technological investment. In other words, you don't have to go out and spend $1,000 to buy something in order to use the central bank digital currency. It should be secure. Both the infrastructure and the participants of a CBDC system should be extremely resistant to cyber attacks. So that's one of the things that they're looking at, how resistant it is to, can it be stolen or taken or hacked? It should be instant, so final settlement, so things should be instant. When you do something, the transaction should be immediately posted. Again, it should be resilient, extremely resilient to operational failure and disruptions. Things like natural disasters, electrical outages, other issues. There should be some ability for end users to make offline payments if the network is unavailable. It should be available. End users of the system should be able to make payments 24/7, 365 days a year. It should have throughput. The system should be able to process a very high number of transactions. So these are the things that I'm reading that they're looking at to, I guess, perfect in order to make this more available to people. But this is the way we're headed. We're headed to a cashless society, and it's moving ever quicker, especially with this pandemic. They've been able to push this system that they want eventually a lot faster than maybe if we didn't have the pandemic. Interoperable, the system needs to offer sufficient interaction mechanisms with private sector digital payment systems and arrangements to allow easy flow of funds between systems. It should be flexible and adaptable to changing conditions and policy imperatives. It should robust legal framework. The central bank should have clear authority underpinning its issuance of a CBDC. In other words, the central bank is going to be the commander-in-chief of issuing this. Standards, again, the last one here, CBDC system infrastructure and participating entities will need to conform to the appropriate regulatory standards. So there'll be some type of framework and standards put into place. Example, entities offering transfer, storage, or custody of central bank digital currency should be held to equivalent regulatory and prudential standards as firms offering similar services for cash or existing digital money. So that's what I wanted to review this morning. I just want to get it out there. I'm going to make more videos on the central bank digital currencies as I learn more about them. But I know I read a few articles on China's digital currency, the digital yuan. It's actually called something else, the real name for it. I believe it's in over 4 major cities. I think it's now in Shanghai and some other large cities. They're really testing it and pushing it, and I think they want to release it, more wide scale for the Winter Olympics of 2022. So China seems to be leading the world in this, and there's also some information and articles on, what are China's plans in the future to, usurp the dollar. So that may be one thing that we're moving towards, a falling dollar as the world reserve currency, and an issuance of another country's dollar, like the yuan, digital yuan. So these are things that we as Americans have to look forward to. Not that they're going to be good or bad. I'm just saying that we are moving to cashless, and with that comes your anonymity vanishes, because the issuing government can see every single transactions. One of the downsides to that is exactly what it is: invasion of privacy. Can they shut you down with a push of a button if they don't want you going to certain places and see that you are? Can they fine you or do something or take money from you? There's a whole bunch of things people have to start thinking about. So just a intro video on central bank digital currencies. I talked about it in another video I did earlier, but I'll put the links in the description box, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend. Stay ready.